Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's 10 Talk.
Good morning.
So, yesterday we talked about pond maintenance, but Michelle and I, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary in March,
Yep.
and I think that qualifies us to talk a little bit about relationship maintenance
Yeah.
and how we manage to keep our marriage alive after 30 years of being together, and what we do on a regular basis for fun and those types of things. So, Michelle, we have a couple of rules, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're getting at.
All right, so let's talk about getting away, something you're really good at.
Yes.
What's that rule?
It's super important to get away once in a while. We feel like we have the best balance in our lives if we go once a month overnight somewhere and just enjoy being together.
Okay, so we're Southern California, major playground, right? What are some of the places that we like to go?
We like to go to Big Bear. We like to go to the desert. We like to go to the beach. We like it all.
So for those of you that are out of Southern California, Big Bear is a resort lake at 7,000 foot elevation here in our local mountains. We've got water skiing, we've got off-roading, mountain biking, skiing, snow skiing, adventuring, trails, hiking. It's a pine forest that also got cedar inside there. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
What's our favorite beach to go to?
Oceanside for sure.
Why?
Because it's low key and there's not so many people there.
It's a family beach. So we can go to Newport, we can go to Balboa, we can go to Huntington, but Michelle and I, we're a family. Our boys, they're raised, but one thing we just really aren't interested in doing when we go to the beach is dealing with the parties and stuff. We just want to go and we want to relax.
Yep.
Oceanside.
So you might say, how do you guys afford that?
Ooh,
Well,
great question.
What we do, what we should do, is not go out to eat so much
Okay.
and save
Sorry,
three
Diego.
or four nights of dinners out a month, and then that will pay for our little getaway. And again, we take food when we go, and we don't always go out to eat. So there's ways to do it. If you have a Starbucks addiction, it might be good to just let that go and do coffee at home and use that money to enrich your marriage.
Yeah. Max needs pets. Say good morning to Max.
Hello, Max.
Okay, so oh yeah, here's the thing. The cheap date. When Michelle and I, when we were newlyweds, we were 20 years old, believe it or not. And you guess it, that makes us 50. But we learned when we were 20 and poor how to have the cheap date. So what does the cheap date look like?
So when we were younger, what we would do, if we didn't have a whole lot of money,
And today,
yeah, we would take $5 each and go buy a little gift.
oh, this
And
is
what
fun. I
we
forgot
ended
about
up
that.
doing was I would buy cards once in a while or a game, and he would, and then that would give us a few things to do at home when we didn't have money. We would also just jump in the car and go somewhere. Just go for a drive.
Seriously, it's one of our favorite things still to do.
Yep.
We just hop in the car and we go. It's one of the benefits of us getting that Jeep recently is we get to go, enjoy each other, and we get to adventure at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about fights. Do we fight a lot?
Not a lot, but we do fight.
Last night was a good one.
Sometimes family stuff gets in the way.
Yeah.
You know. But
Super bad drama. Whatever.
I think the most important thing is when you fight is to forgive easily. When you forgive easily, when you start practicing that, it gets a lot easier to forgive easily.
Do we fight to win, or how does it, when we fight, what does that look like?
We don't really fight to win. We fight to agree or to agree to disagree.
Yeah. So there's never. So if you're trying to fight to win, then that means that there's going to be a loser. And if there's going to be a loser, it's
And you
going to.
both lose.
Then we both end up losing.
Yep.
So when we argue and we have a problem or whatever, our first thing we try to do is we try to calm down, but we never, ever, ever like disengage. We've never been physical with each other or anything. That's not what we're talking about in a fight. We're just talking about when things just get heated. So I think it's important for us to point out the fact that we've done so well together because I think we respect each other, and the higher goal is to be 90 and married, you know?
Well, I think a lot of couples, because we're in couples ministry, the number one thing.
Switching arms. Oh.
The number one thing that is a marriage killer is they forget to be. Doggone it, you gave me a flat tire. Forget to be friends. They forget to enjoy each other. And so that's such a vital part because life is hard. Life is hard to walk through. And if you're battling with your spouse, it's going to make it even harder. So you have to remember that that you're a team. And when you're a team, you have to do team building. So really, we work hard, we play hard, and we make sure to make deposits into our marriage all the time. Every day is like a date.
Yeah, so true. Let's see. What are one of the so you really covered a major problem that a lot of couples have is that they just forget to be best friends.
Yep.
And let's say you've been married for whatever length of time it is and the honeymoon's over and you've transitioned from being newlyweds into roommates. What does that look like?
That's pretty ugly.
We see that a lot.
Yeah, we do see that a lot. They forget to date, or they forget to just make life a little different once in a while, you know?
Right.
You've got to take a break once in a while from your life. So stop just being roommates. You can't settle for that. What you have to do is work really hard. A garden's not going to grow on its own.
Ooh,
your
the
marriage,
garden.
yeah, your marriage will not grow on its own.
Yeah.
You have to weed it, you have to feed it, you have to water it, and if you don't do that, it's going to wither just like a garden. So we make it a practice to make sure that we are doing all those things to make our marriage better.
Okay, so how important are those are really great points. Transitioning on to the next point, we're almost out of time.
Yep.
How important are mini vacations like weekend getaways versus week away? Small business owners, we got a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
Ministry leaders.
So really you need to get away. We need to get away about twice a year on a week vacation because our business is very stressful. Work long hours and there's a lot of things that come at us all the time and we need to get away from it. And when we get away, we don't really even get away because it's our business. We have to deal with it all the time.
One time a year we do try to get away.
Yeah. We get on a cruise. It doesn't matter if it's for 3 days or if it's for a week. The cruise is a cheap way to get away and just enjoy being together without any interruptions.
Do you know why? Because it's all inclusive, and the second you leave port, your cell phone don't work.
That's awesome.
And you have,
Yes.
so you don't have social media to distract you. You don't have YouTube to distract you. None of that stuff. So, so we're really intentional about our time off. And what we want to do is we want to encourage you guys to be intentional with your time off too. What does this have to do with the pond business? Really fast. There is no way that we could succeed in our business if Michelle and I didn't support each other emotionally. If I came home every day after a day like yesterday where we had failures and she gripes at me about how things went or didn't go so well or whatever, it's brutal. It takes the wind out of my sails, and she knows that and she respects that. And she knows when I've had a bad day. All right, so if you found this video helpful, please be sure to share it. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to subscribe. If you want to leave some comments, put some comments down below. Our time's up. I'm Carl with Columbia Water Gardens, and
I'm Michelle with Columbia Water Gardens.
we're here to remind you today that working on your relationship really matters. Happy ponding.